Hello, everybody. Gage says it's empty. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. If you watched yesterday's review, we did Shooting Creek beer that was brewed up at Blue Mountain Brewery, and this is the second one. They're only doing these two from the former brewery up at Shooting Creek in Floyd, Virginia. I gave you a little background history on that brewery and its demise, and they're I don't know why they're brewing the Shooting Creek breweries, whether the brewer there is involved up there, or they've just bought the recipes, or the name, or what's going on. I really don't have that much background information on it. I've not seen anything in print about it. Uh, this is their Shooting Creek Farm Brewery Buffalo Brown Ale. And it does have the ABV here on this. I have to double check the bottle from yesterday because I bought two of them. I still have another one in there. And right underneath the right side of the bottle is this one has 7.6% ABV on this one. So this one is a little bigger, and it also has a date, enjoyed by 06/2014. So that's a win-win when they have the date right on the label there. It's not printed in some code or black writing on a dark brown bottle that you can't see when the beer is in there, and half the time it gets rubbed off and you can't see it even when the beer is out of there. So I enjoyed their beers when they were up there. They made some really good beers. Like I said yesterday, they made a Captain Stout, which was a pepper stout, which was really tasty, and their pumpkin beer was pretty damn awesome too. So everything else was pretty transitional. It was all well-made beer, but it was nothing super outstanding. I still enjoyed them, but there were and are better beers out there if you're looking for that maximum taste and all that. These were brewed to try to, as far as my opinion is, try to convert some of the regular macro drinkers over to something a little nicer that was brewed locally. Uh, I enjoyed the Rebel Ale yesterday, and the Brown Ale. I'm hoping it's going to be just as good, if not better, than the one we did yesterday. This one has a little more alcohol in it, just a 7.6 as opposed to 5.8. I think that's what yesterday's was. I'll double check that bottle while I'm sipping on this one and see if it has it on the label. I didn't notice it when I did the review yesterday, but I'll double check. All right, guys. This is, like I said, is a American Brown Ale coming in at 7.6%. It is brewed by Blue Mountain Brewery up in Nelson County, Virginia. I don't know how far out those beers go, whether they're going to distribute these to the same places that the Blue Mountain Brewery beers are distributed to, so time will tell. So let's get over to the food pairings. The food pairings for this cuisine is barbecue. The cheeses are earthy, Camembert, Fontina. Your nutty cheeses, Asiago, Colby, Parmesan, and the meat for this is beef. This should have some chocolate notes, so it should go well with your chocolate dishes also. Glassware is a pint, Becker, the tumbler, the mug, the side ale, the stein. I've got the pint glass again today. And being at 7.6%, it should keep for a while, but according to here, it's not recommended for extended cellaring. But just remember, if you get a six-pack of this, it's not going to go bad anytime soon, being almost an 8% or 7.6. It's going to keep for a while, and I don't remember it being a super hop-forward beer. So let's get the cap off of this one. And before we do that, let me check, see if there commercial description on this one. Wet your whistle with our brown ale and you'll never look back. Bold and hoppy. So right there, the key there, bold and hoppy. So it is hop forward according to the commercial description. So if you do cellar this beer, it is going to lose that hoppiness if you cellar it for a year or two or three. It's going to fade over time. Our version of an American classic features the coffee-like flavors of dark roasted malts with the bitter cocoa of somewhat lighter kiln malts, hopped with our own citrusy hops, of course. So I think that description, well, Blue Mountain also grows some of their hops too, but I don't think they grow enough to do all their beers. They have a little, they got about as many, unless they've changed. The last time I was up there several years ago, they had about as many planted as I do out here. So maybe they've increased the size of their hop yard. Let's get it in the glass and see what it's about. All right. Very nice looking beer. That pour, we got about a finger of head over to the light. It is very clear. It is a rich red ruby color. A nice looking brown ale in the glass. Fairly well carbonated, not overly carbonated. There are some bubbles streaming up. Looks great in the glass. A nice off-white creamy tan head. Very nice. Let's get a nose on it. Roasted malts, chocolate, toffee, caramel, and a nice citrusy hop presence there. Not overly hopped. It's not one of those, it's not like an IPA or anything. It's got that in-your-face hop presence. But a nice citrusy floral hop presence to me for a brown ale. Got a wonderful nose to it. I am getting the chocolate on the nose for sure. And roasted malts, a little toffee, a little caramel. Let's give it a taste. The head's basically dissipated other than what's covering the top of the beer. Cheers, everybody. Very nice hop bitterness on the back end. Chocolate, roasted malt up front. There's some sweetness there. Some citrusiness. But again, just like yesterday's beer, to me this seems like a good transitional beer. As long as you're not afraid of the dark. A lot of people that drink the Bud Miller and Coors, as soon as you pour something that's dark, they just get scared. It's like there's a vampire in the room or something. They're afraid of the dark, and you can enjoy a darker beer. I mean, you can get a lighter dark beer than this. I mean, some of the English porters and stuff are 3.5%, 4%ers if you want something lighter. But as soon as they see that color, they just get all scared. They just run away. This tastes very good. Again, nothing outstanding. Chocolate, cocoa, roasted malt, a nice citrusy hop presence, caramel, and toffee. Maybe just a slight hint of some dark fruit, but it's not super present. Very nice, very enjoyable. I'm not getting any alcohol for almost an 8%er. That tells me it's a very well made beer. Very balanced. But it's 40 degrees right out of the fridge. And let's let this one warm up. And I'll come back and do the final chug and grade on this one. Don't think it's quite to the A category again, just like yesterday's. But it's got a little more taste than the Rebel Ale did yesterday. With the darker malt and stuff, and a little bit more ABV. It's just a tad more impressive to me. So let's let it warm up, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little bit left before I get into this one. I did look at the other bottle that I have, and yesterday's beer, the Rebel Ale, does have the 5.8% ABV in the same place this one has it under the right side of the label there. So couldn't see it for looking. That's what happens when you get old like I do. Sometimes you can't see that smaller writing, and hopefully when I start get my cataract surgery next month, they're going to do this eye on the 21st of March, and then 2 weeks later they're going to do this one on there. So that's about $4 grand out of my pocket. Ouch. But anyway, hopefully I'll be able to see a little bit better after that. And what they're saying is, instead of my eye being shaped like the front of a baseball, it's comes to a point like that, like a football. And when the light hits it, I'm getting ghost trails and all kind of crazy stuff. There's no cloudiness or anything like you see 70 and 80-year-old people. It gets real cloudy and they can't see anything, but it's causing me to have ghost lines and stuff and hard to see things far away. Where I'm nearsighted in one eye, farsighted in the other. They've been working together over the years and been able to function okay, but it's got to the point where I got to do something. And much as I hate to go under the knife, it's got to happen. And as much as I hate to fork out $4,000, I guess that's what they're going to do. There are cheaper versions of the lenses that they're going to replace mine with. But I'd have to have glasses after that, and then just as soon not have to deal with that at work and using tape measures and sliding down your face. So if I upgrade to the more expensive lens they're going to implant, I don't have to deal with the glasses after that. But I've only got one pair of eyes, so I'm going to opt up for the best lenses that they can implant in there, and hopefully I'll be able to see a little bit better, and I won't be missing these bottling code dates on the bottles anymore, and be able to see these little letters that's on the bottle that tells the ABV but I have to go back and look at them a second time. So along with this one, guys, this is a very tasty brown ale. Nothing outstanding, just like yesterday's. To me, it seems like a good transitional beer. It is a well-made beer. I'm not getting any alcohol at almost 8%. Very tasty, a nice roasty malt backbone to this. I am getting a slight bit of chocolate and cocoa in it, with toffee and caramel. And a nice hop presence, but it's not that in-your-face IPA type of hop. It's more of a citrusy, floral, or herbal kind of hop. So let's do the final chug on this one. Very nice, sessionable, easy drinking brown ale for a 7.6%er. I enjoyed it. It does have a nice bitterness on the back end and a nice sweet taste up front. Very nice. I enjoyed this one. Like I said yesterday's beer review, I don't think it's outstanding. I don't even think it's quite to the A category as far as I'm concerned. But I think it's a tad better than yesterday's. My wife disagreed with me. She liked the Rebel Ale better than this one. And I like this one just a tad better than the Rebel. So that's how beer tastes are, guys. It's subjective. What I may like, you may dislike, and vice versa. It all depends on what you're looking for in a beer. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give this one, I gave it a B- yesterday. I'm going to give it a B today. I think this is a 6, which is a solid B. Very tasty. I got the date on the bottle when you should have it by. And I'm really hoping that they're going to bring back their pumpkin beer and their Capsule Stout, which is a peppery stout. I thought those were their two best beers that they made. So hopefully Blue Mountain's going to have access to those recipes and do those beers as time goes on. So I definitely would be picking up those if I see those in the beer store. So with that being said, let's go over. And some of these ratings are probably from when they were up at Shooting Creek. I only see one review from the new version of this. And all the rest of them were from the brewery when it was up in Floyd County when they were brewing the beer up there back in 2010 and 2011. I think they shut down in 2011. So I wish the guy luck that was brewing the beer, and like I said, he may be involved in brewing this up there at Blue Mountain. I'm not sure. I don't have any background information on that. So it is what it is. The B is what it gets for me today. And according to Beer Advocate, they're giving it an 83, which is in their good range. And Rate Beer says, and they're not kind, 46 overall and 45 in the style. So I would consider that below average, and I don't consider this below average. I may be a little generous, giving it the B beer rating, but it's a well-made beer. I'm not getting that alcohol with almost 8%. I have had 8%ers that, I mean, were just boozy as hell, and this is not. If you like a brown ale, this is, and I keep emphasizing this, it's not outstanding. It's not going to blow your hair back or your socks off. But it's very easy drinking for a beer with that ABV. Very nice. So it has a nice bitterness to it. It's not overly sweet, and it's not overly bitter. So it's kind of well balanced as far as I'm concerned. A very well made beer. So if you've had this one since Blue Mountain started brewing it again, give me some comments back on this one. I don't know if they're going to do any other of the Shooting Creek beers, so time will tell, like I said yesterday. So if you've had the new version of this, give me some comments back on this one, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you can join me then. Let's go see what's in the fridge.